I mean, Steeler Nation.
Steeler Nation, it is rare for us to witness a performance like this, a blowout like this, when it comes to the Steelers doing the blowout instead of the Steelers receiving the blowout.
Yeah, I mean, we don't get this often, especially when we score 30 points back-to-back. The last time that happened was last year when Mason Rudolph led it versus the Bengals and the Seahawks.
And when we get this type of performance, I will always appreciate it because it's rare for us Steelers fans to witness this. This game, Sunday night against the Jets, was unfucking believable.
Can you say, to inhabit that 70s throwbacks vibe, can you say it was immaculate?
It was 100% immaculate.
And, you know, I didn't think I was going to say this soon into the season, but let's fucking ride.
If you're not down with that,
A bell.
we've got 2 words for
Read
you.
my mind. 199 says, I've got 2 words for you. Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Unbelievable, man.
Dude.
I got to give credit to the Steelers team. I got to give credit to Tomlin. I got to give credit to Russ. I got to give credit to the offense. I got to give credit to the defense. And yes, even special teams. This entire team.
This whole team was on their A game. And we stated in the preview that this team had to be on their A game. The Jets were making moves coaching-wise. They traded for Devontae Adams. Everything was looking very positive
Yeah.
for the Jets,
They
right?
had everything going in their direction. They were finding some momentum, is what I believed.
They
were even the favorite going into this game.
They lost 3 straight. They made these moves, and it looked like the Jets had some momentum. And yes, they were the favorites.
And at one point in this game, they were up 15-6. Because, again, it was a bumpy start. But I'm going to ignore all that because this team...
A mixed bag of emotions, at least for the first
28
quarter
minutes.
and a half. The first quarter and a half.
The first 28 minutes, because this entire team, since the final 2 minutes of the first half, rallied around and dominated. They came in with a killer instinct, that killer mentality, for a second straight week and scored 30-plus points. 31 unanswered points from the final 2 minutes of the first half to the end of the game, when Najee got the cherry on top.
If you're not down with that,
Anson with a 2.
we've got 2 words for you.
Wow, just wow, fellas. Dude, I'll be real with you guys. I was not expecting a performance like this tonight. I'll be real with you. I 100% feared the worst. They made a quarterback change. I didn't think it was going to go as smoothly as what many people thought, as what Tomlin thought. And clearly Tomlin knew what he was doing, because he's going to be in that meeting room. He's going to look at every single person that doubted him. He's going to look at every single one of them and said, "You going to doubt me again?"
I came into this game having very, very low expectations for this matchup. I tend to limit myself and lower my expectations with this team because I've been through it all with this team. But what they did right here, it just, honestly, it left me speechless in a good way.
Yes.
And when they do that, I am thankful for the team, for the coaches, for stepping up and executing and performing and playing up to the level of the standard, right? Steeler football mentality. Because that's what me and Danny here have been
tell you
preaching
what.
for several weeks, for several years, as a matter of fact.
They owned up to the throwback jerseys, absolutely. The 70s team would be proud of what this team did.
Against a Jets team that, yes, they're 2-5 now. They lost 4 straight, but I try not to look at the record. I look at the talent that they possess. The talent that they possess is undeniable. They have great talent.
Yeah.
And I was worried coming to this game that talent was going to kind of run all over the Steelers and kind of execute. And it was going to be a rough day for the Steelers.
Especially since they didn't have Zach Frazier. They had pretty much depth guys on that entire right side. Ryan McCollum at center, Mason McCormick at right guard, and Broderick Jones at right tackle. And they did have a bumpy start. 3 holding penalties, just committing a lot of pressure. In fact, the majority of Russ's early throws, you didn't see one single throw where he wasn't scrambling.
No.
But, again, a bumpy start, a rocky start. But you clearly saw, man, everyone just started to get in the groove. They started to get warmed up. The rust was coming off. They really started to find a groove there. Everybody executed. And even quarterback 1, Russell Wilson.
He cooked.
Tomlin has always stood by Wilson as being the quarterback 1. Now that he is fully healthy, because all the scrambling he did, that calf,
If you're not
not an
down
issue.
It's holding
with
up.
that,
Isaac Rodriguez.
we've got 2 words for
where the 199 says no Russ for Russ. Let's fucking go 2 quarterback ones. And that is I'm glad you said that, Isaac, because that's how I feel coming out of this game. You can make your debate who should be quarterback 1 or whatnot. What I get out of it is we have 2 quarterbacks that can win this team football games. We will get into the discussion about Russ and what he did and what he brings to the table that Fields couldn't. But we have 2 quarterbacks that can lead this team to victories. Fields led this team to 4-2 as quarterback 1. Russ tonight led this team to 37 points, 31 unanswered. We have 2. This is a blessing, okay? We don't get this often. We don't get wins like this often. So when it happens, I feel very accomplished. And the way they did it, I feel even greater about it.
Yeah.
But the Steelers tonight, the biggest takeaway from this team tonight is that the Steelers have 2 quarterbacks that can get the job done for the season. That's a blessing. And that's exactly why Omar Khan and company went out and signed Russell Wilson, went out and traded for Justin Fields. And this is dude, because Fields, man, like, we don't know how long this Russell Wilson thing's going to go. He might start the rest of the season the way Tomlin is going, right? But, I mean, the weeks forward will tell that. But Fields now sitting on the bench is going to do him tons of favors. You can already tell Russell Wilson and his impact and his leadership and his knowledge has affected Fields in his game to a great benefit.
Yeah.
Him sitting on the bench now is going to help that even more. That's a great thing. And seeing what Russ did today, unbelievable. Completely exceeded my expectations.
If you're not down with
These
that,
super chats, man, they
All-
keep coming
all
in.
motor with a
worse
199.
for you.
We need to keep Tomlin and stop hating on him. We got to give him his credit tonight. You have to.
Tomlin's not perfect by any means. He's made some head-scratching, boneheaded decisions, but this one was a very gutsy one. I'll give Tomlin that. It was a very ballsy decision and very gutsy.
He was a
And-
lone
and
wolf in this decision.
The Lone Ranger, as he phrased himself, right? He quoted himself as the Lone Ranger, and it paid off big time. I got to give the props to Tomlin. He made the gutsy call, and Russell Wilson, he fucking balled.
Yeah, he did. I didn't know what to expect from Russ because he's coming off a 3-month injury, and we only saw maybe 15 minutes of him total in preseason. That's it. We didn't get a lot of Russell Wilson time, so none of us knew what to expect. I feared the worst because of the O-line injuries and the O-line penalties and the lack of what they could do, holding their ground and giving Russ time. And for the first couple minutes, that happened. That fear happened.
Yeah.
But everything just worked in the Steelers' favor. They all improved, they all adjusted, and they all executed. Literally everybody executed on offense.
Pickens executed. The man had over 100 yards, man. I mean, like the
On 5
connection,
catches.
The connection from Russell Wilson and Pickens, the deep passes that they were connecting on, was just like
It was evident for the first start of the season.
it was money basically.
But the past couple of weeks, that has died down. And we're like, why is this dying down? Is Fields not hitting his targets? Are they not scheming these players to throw the ball deep? Pickens and his limited snaps did kind of minimize those opportunities. But tonight showed that Russell Wilson clearly brings a different dynamic to this offense that Fields could not. Now, I do want to add that the play calling was 100% different. Because
yeah, you got that sense. You could tell. You could
Because
tell. There was a
Wilson-
bit. Listen, if there's going to be more freedom, because I sense there was a bit more freedom from this offense. If there's going to be freedom from the offense with Russell Wilson now, I'm not going to complain one bit, especially the way Russell Wilson played.
Well, it's because
right?
he's a leader. He's an established veteran. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He can process the field a lot faster, a lot better than what Fields can. That's no secret. And that was evident today with the amount of chunk throws that Russell Wilson was throwing to Pickens, to Calvin, to Muth.
Yeah, dude, like Wilson spread the ball. He spread the ball to Pickens, to Muth. Austin got a big 36-yard gain. Even freaking Mount Washington and Darnell Washington got 4 catches.
Yeah.
Like he was getting guys involved. Van Jefferson got a fucking touchdown.
Yeah, of all guys, our quote-unquote wide receiver
Keep in
two got a
mind,
touchdown.
Van Jefferson had a touchdown and Devontae Adams did not. Neither did Garrett Wilson. Neither did Alan Lazard. No, Van Jefferson got a touchdown, and those 3 guys did not.
Wow.
That's actually a wild stat.
Unbelievable, man. But yeah, Russell Wilson just brings a different type of threat, a different type of aggression to the deep ball, to the passing game as a whole than what Fields does. And the play calling was different. I do want to say that again. We didn't see no read options. We didn't see no draws with Wilson. With Fields, we saw that a ton, and as you would expect, I mean, you should. I mean, his legs are very
You want to
dangerous.
utilize his mobility, of course. It's hard to stop.
But Arthur Smith completely schemed the game plan a lot different for Wilson than he did for Fields, and for good reason, because again, Wilson is just the smarter quarterback. You know, he is the better quarterback by throwing the ball, a pocket passer, a quarterback presence, and that was evident today. Fields could not do that. We saw it earlier in the season, but in the past couple weeks, he was not doing that.
And I think that just might be a consistency thing that Fields still has to work on. He's still got them consistency issues. He's still got some issues, reading out the defensive scheme and the formation.
Or just finding open receivers. That's stuff that's stuff that Wilson reads very quickly, very fast. A lot faster than Fields can.
And again,
that added to our benefit.
And again, Fields sitting on the bench, he could still work on that. He could still learn from that, because that was going to be the goal from week 1. Shit hit the fan. He injured the calf. Fields had to get in there a lot earlier than the Steelers envisioned, but Fields did the best that he could.
Yeah. So in regard to a passing game, Russell Wilson absolutely leads it better.
No doubt about it. No doubt about
it. Fields wasn't doing what Russ was doing.
I mean, I think everybody can agree, or the majority of people can agree, that Russell Wilson brings a better aspect to the passing game than Justin Fields.
Well, that was evident tonight.
He showcased that big time.
Now imagine if the line was healthy and he had more time.
I know.
Or if he had better targets, if he had more receivers.
Just
better
think about
receivers.
it. Think about it.
Even with the receivers he had, he was still slinging it to guys like Calvin, like Muse, like Washington, a touchdown to Jefferson.
Yeah.
Again, those are things that Fields was not doing, and Fields is a guy that we didn't want to be off the field. This is a guy that we were still on the Fields train.
Yeah, we were very skeptical about. It's not like we didn't want to see Russell Wilson in there, right?
Yeah, because we were still intrigued. But the point that we were making is the offense is working so far with Fields. Why take him off the field? But now you see why Tomlin did. Because he needed a more aggressive passing attack. Wilson brings that. Fields does not. Now, I do want to add, I would like to see what Fields would do if he had a similar play calling from Arthur Smith. Like, if Fields was the quarterback today and he got the same play calling that Russ had, would it be the same? Would it duplicate, or would it not? I would like to see that, but now that Fields is going to be on the bench, that could be a benefit in his favor. I do want to say that. But, at the same time, yeah, Fields wasn't doing what Russ was doing. He wasn't. We have a lot stronger of a passing attack now. How long this lasts, I don't know. But the deep shots he was hitting to Pickens, the deep shots he hit to Calvin and all the other targets, and these players making plays all over the field. He was giving these guys opportunities, and everybody was executing.
Big time.
In the passing game, the O-line improved throughout the game, and Najee Harris with back-to-back 100-yard games and touchdowns.
Unbelievable.
This entire offense, man, from the final 2 minutes and to the end, the final chunk was incredible. More of this, please. If we get more of this, we have something to look forward to. We have something to be proud of.
You want to look at that trio of Russell Wilson balling out, Najee Harris balling out for a second straight week, George Pickens balling out, and getting his first receiving touchdown of the season in this game. Like, that's exactly what you want to see from this offense. Guys executing, guys balling out, guys making plays, getting the yardage.
Guys getting chances. That's what Russ brought to the table. And in that regard, I know it's just one game, but you do have to admit that Russ does lead the offense better because of that. His experience is very valuable. He's still capable of leading an offense. 409 total yards today. 21 first downs. No turnovers.
Very protective of the football. Very protective.
Smart decisions. His accuracy was a little wonky in the first couple minutes. There were some deep shots that were underthrown. There were some throws that were underthrown to receivers' feet. But that wasn't a problem in the second half, dude. None at all.
No.
Russ cooked. Russ warmed up. And once he warmed up, he might have been a better chef than Gordon Ramsay ever wished he was. I swear to God.
Jesus, man.
When they say let Russ cook, this is what they're talking about.
And with that stated, man, I got to give props to Russell Wilson in his first game as a Steeler, coming in, doing what he needed to do. Got to give props to the whole offense. The play calling was better. And was more aggressive, was more efficient.
Yeah, they just had a sense of urgency. They had a sense of aggression and a killer instinct. And one thing I want to add about this offense that was definitely improved and very evident, and a big reason why they had the points they had, is because points off turnovers. They had 2 interceptions today, the Steelers.
Off Beanie Bishop, the undrafted rookie, the nickel cornerback. Beanie Bishop had his best game thus far this season.
2 interceptions from him. And the Steelers scored off of both interceptions, and they had a blocked field goal.
And
game.
after that, they capitalized with the touchdown. I believe that was the Van Jefferson touchdown.
Yeah. Points off of 2 interceptions and a blocked field goal. Now you look at just 2 weeks ago versus Dallas, where they had 3 interceptions and a blocked field goal. They only got 1 touchdown off of that.
That's it.
They got 3 touchdowns off of 2 picks and a blocked field goal. They had 2 blocked field goals today. One of them was taken away because of leverage on Minka.
That was a blocked field goal or extra point attempt because of leverage. It was bullshit.
But I want to point that out because that goes to tell you, like, everyone was making plays today, man. The defense, again, a bumpy start again. They were giving guys too much space. They didn't get up in man coverage. They allowed a lot of chunk yards to Garrett Wilson and especially Breece Hall.
Yeah.
But after that, that was it. They said enough's enough. This isn't happening no more.
Yeah,
let's get pressure. Let's get these picks.
After the Tyler Conklin touchdown and the 2-point conversion that they made, it was 15-6, I want to say. 15-6 by the middle of the second half, or the second quarter, I should say. After that, the Steelers were like, bro, we gotta fucking play better.
They made all the adjustments.
They adjusted, and they absolutely balled out. Like, they didn't let up on the gas pedal one bit.
They shut out the Jets offense to 0 points in the second half and had 31 unanswered.
Dude, they didn't let up so much. They ran it on a 4th and 2 with like 30 seconds to go, and Najee Harris got a walk-in touchdown.
This is unheard of. Like, the Steelers fans, we are not used to this. We don't get this often or ever.
No.
We never have games like this. We never have blowout victories, especially back-to-back.
And no, and when we do, I will greatly appreciate the team for having that type of ability to showcase that talent, that potential, that aggression, that dominance. I will always be appreciative.
And there are going to be people that say, oh, well, it was against the Raiders, against a preseason squad. It was against the Jets, who now lost 4 straight. I'd much rather blow them out than have it be close like we are used to getting. These are the wins we need. First of all, we got to stack wins before the bye, and we got the Giants on Monday night next week. We got to stack these wins, and these are the wins that are going to threaten the teams in the second half of the season. These are wins that are going to boost the morale and the momentum for the locker room. This is what teams can rally behind. Like, wins like this is only going to build for the future of the season.
Yes, it is.
This is what we need. The Steelers came out to show out. They killed it. The offense killed it. 37 points. 31 unanswered. Russ, 2 touchdowns. Pickens, 100-plus yards, a touchdown. Najee, 100-plus yards, a touchdown. Muth had a great game. I mean, unbelievable stuff. The defense came out to ball. 2 picks. Blocked field goal. 3 passes batted down at the line of scrimmage.
And on primetime football, too. Primetime football, they showed up.
I get a sense that this could be a statement victory. I just want to see a little more consistency. But in Russ's first start, way exceeded my expectations.
We'll see what they can do leading up into another primetime matchup against the New York Giants. But I'll take this victory. I hope that they can build upon it. But let's take this victory. Let's enjoy it for now.
Let's enjoy it for now. And
we rarely get victories like this. We rarely get blown out victories like this. I'm going to take it. I'm going to appreciate it. I'm going to worship it. This is rare.
If you're not
we don't get it
down
often.
with that,
Eddie T.
we've got 2 words for
Russ had 3
you.
touchdowns, not 2. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah,
Russ,
the rushing
Russ did
touchdown.
have a rushing
You're right,
touchdown.
Eddie T. Thank you. Thank you for pointing that out. He had that rushing touchdown. After the Beanie Bishop's second interception, he took it down to the 1-yard line, and Russ was able to sneak it in off the first play. Just like that.
Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that. Yeah, he had 2 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown.
Thank you, Eddie T. Shout out to you. Thank you.
Wow. There you go, man. And it goes to show you, like, both quarterbacks can get in the end zone, man.
They're capable.
It wasn't long ago Fields had 3 touchdowns. Now, tonight in Russ's first start, he had 3 touchdowns. So think of it how you want to think of it. But my biggest takeaway and what I'm so proud of is this team has 2 quarterbacks that can get it done. I love it. I love it. I hope this continues. I hope Russ continues to cook. And if we get more of this, I have a great feeling about how the season's going to go. I really do. These are the wins we need. These are the wins we need to stack. And this is exactly how we can build for the season.
And now we are 5-2.
Steelers Nation. Let's ride.
That's right.
Unbelievable. Let's know your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. How you guys feel about this game? How you guys feel about this win? How you guys feel about the future? How you guys feel about Russ? Shout out to Russ. Shout out to Pickens. Shout out to Najee. Shout out to Beanie. You guys killed it. They killed it today.
Big props. Big props.
In Heinz Field, under the lights, wearing the 70s throwbacks, you honored the 50th anniversary of Super Bowl 9, man. I'm proud of it. They will be proud of it. Gotta love it. Let's know you guys' thoughts, and here we go, Steelers, man. Let's ride 5-2. We're on to the Giants.
And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Peace!